Some 14,000 years ago, in an area which is nowadays the Swiss portion of the Jura mountain range, a hunting party was following a large female brown bear. It had been a rather prolonged hunt in the middle of winter, very arduous for all involved. They had succeeded in piercing it with 9 arrows made of flint. And despite their best efforts, the bear was retreating up into the mountains, into a cave. These mountains are littered with caves, which was to the hunter's benefit, of course, for shelter, and also shelter for bears. Well, the hunting party, you might imagine, opted to turn back, except one. A young guy, say 20, 23 tops. And for whatever reason, maybe he was instructed to by an elder, maybe out of a sense of duty, or maybe it was just youthful foolishness, he followed the bear by himself up into the mountains, up to this cave. And he stops in the mouth of the cave, knowing that the bear's inside. And he does what he's been instructed to do, which is to smoke the bear out of the cave. So he stops and he lights a little fire. And he waits. And he waits as the smoke fills up the cave, expecting maybe a rather dazed, dying bear to emerge. Easy pickings, in other words. The smoke fills the cave, and out of it roars a great, big, female brown bear in full fury and absolutely tears him apart. She dies shortly thereafter, and for 14,000 years nearly, they lie there in this cave in the mountains of the French-Swiss border. Kind of funny. It's just always made an impression on me, it's just that little image of him waiting at the mouth of the cave. I mean, a lot of reasons could have led him to the mouth of the cave, and a lot of reasons made him stay at the mouth of the cave, to go to those great lengths of making that little fire and letting the smoke fill it, not quite knowing what's going to come out. Just staring into the darkness. In the middle of winter, even. Now, I'm not saying completely that's what it's like approaching a new year. We are, of course, a little bit more optimistic. But there is that sense of things could either lead to great joy or great despair. There is a trepidation and also a sense of vitality, of duty, of being at the precipice. At the precipice. So that's what we're going to focus on. That's what we're going to focus on tonight. New things, awakening, possibility, and also a keen awareness of your own limits. Don't push things too far. I have here the Om for the birch, which of course covers the month of January pretty much, certainly into the middle. Birch, bet. The tree to begin the new year with. I'm just going to put this little symbol into you, so just settle yourself down, remain quiet. As I put into you, bet. Historically, birch rods were used to drive out the spirits of the old year. As this progressed, they were used to beat out the spirits at any kind of time of the year, to beat away all the negative influences And as this developed further, they became the birching, which was used pretty much all over prisons and in the military and in schools until like the 70s or something in the UK. To receive a birching must be thwacked by very firm birch rods. All because people thought it was driving out the spirits at first. It's one of these traditions that forgot where it came from. So we're putting that into you, hoping to drive away any bad spirits of the old year. Just settle yourself down and put that into you. And a little bit of Reiki, just relax, coming down your auric field, just assessing it quietly. Good. I'm not going to ask you to do any special breathing or anything. I just want to just come in here, up to your third eye. Place my thumbs either side of your eyes. And you're just going to visualize for me, if you will, a bear. It can be any sort of bear that you like. It could be a brown bear, it could be a black bear, it could be a polar bear, it could be a panda if you're in the east, but just a bear, maybe in the middle of hibernation, a nice dopey bear, okay? Dopey. Subdued. And you're not going to be with this bear, you're going to be the bear, just hibernating, a little bit dozy, a little bit drowsy. Good. I'm going to put some symbols into you if I might, just a little bit. On shan, se, shan. On shan, se, shan, and se. Reiki. Mental clarity, driving out all the spirits. Of course, the bear was sacred to Artemis for the Romans. Good. And the heavens were envisaged, as they were in many cultures, as a kind of salt mill, going around and around and around and around for a time. And the bear, or the two bears, the older female bear, Ursa Major, and the younger female bear, Ursa Minor, were at the center of it. Of course, Polaris, the North Star, is right in Ursa Minor, which is why stars are always related to bears in certain traditions. The great bear under the starry heavens. I'm just going to take out this. Good. And of the many names that Artemis, the goddess of the mill, and her aspect as bear was called, was Calliste, or Callisto, or in the Greek, Helike, which meant the one that turns, and also meant willow branch, Saya in the Celtic. So they would always remember that the willow was also sacred to the goddess and the moon. Turning and turning, turning and turning. Saya, Saya, the willow, turning the heavens. Because there is something very maternal about the bear. It is guidance, it is protection. Protection by virtue of its great ferocity, which you shouldn't really aggravate. She will always protect her cubs, and that's what this is, protection. We've cleaned away all the bad spirits, and now we are protecting you. We are protecting you. Sigh. To bend like the willow branches in the middle of a torrent in the floods of despair, etc., 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 etc. Coming down to your sacral chakra because it's willow and it's watery and it's moony. Good. Just balancing you. Just balancing you. Protection for the year to come. That guiding light, Polaris, the North Star, will guide you where you need to go. But follow it too far, and you're going to end up in some very cold, very dangerous climates. It helps you from a distance, but you can't follow it completely. You have to go your own way at some point. Go your own way at some point. So to give you a little bit of self-power, chakra, the Reiki power symbol, chakra. Good. Wonderful. Chakra. Don't be shaken by things. Be moved by things. Being moved is fine. Being moved is fine. But don't let it shake you. In fact, that story of the Bichon man, I should say that the little story of the bear and the boy at the mouth of the cave, it's called the Bichon Cave, and it's found, yes, in Switzerland. And it only came to mind because Switzerland was in the news, and that is a real story that kind of shook me up over the new year. And not often the news shakes me up. I'm mentally kind of numb to it, but that whole nightclub thing just kind of shook me up a little bit. But still, we learn to empathize and sympathize, but not get shaken and break down. We remain strong for those who need it. Remain strong for those who need it. Remain strong. A lot of fear went through his mind as he looked into the cave, I imagine. But he stayed, and he kept the fire lit and the smoke flowing. Just imagine your aura, just kind of smoky, smoke over the water, easy and calm, easy and calm. Just gonna balance you, balance you, balance you. You don't need to confront the bear, just at this moment, rest with it. As he did for 14,000 years, the bones intermingled with the bones of the bear for all that time, as Egypt rose and fell, as Babylon rose and fell, as Rome rose and fell, as Hannibal walked over the Alps, all of it sleeping alongside the bear. Balance. Balance. Wonderful. And we're just gonna come in, if you don't mind, again at your third eye, just to help the visualization go. Dreams. Pleasant dreams. We have stripped away all the old spirits. We have protected you walking into this nice new year. And now you can rest for the rest of the winter, dreaming of the things to come, pleasant things to come. Because he didn't stay because he thought the worst was going to happen. He thought the best was going to happen. And that kind of is how we have to go forward. No looking back. We do have to enjoy ourselves. It's not a crime, to enjoy yourself. Don't think of the worst possibilities. Don't try and plan too far ahead. Just enjoy the moment and the possibility. The possibility. The possibility the new year brings. This is not very, what you would call, positive tree. And this is the last one I'm going to put into is the yew tree. But it is going to connect the end of the year and the beginning of the year. It is going all the way down. It's the tree. Eo of distance, of life and death, intermingling. The excitement of looking into the cave, the fire, the vitality, and the cold outside that you're trying to protect your people against with a bare pelt and bare meat, etc., 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 etc. Good. Eo. We're staying with the rustic theme. This is sort of primordial Reiki. If we're dealing with the upper Paleolithic going into the Mesolithic. We have a tourmalinated quartz. Just a little bit tourmalinated quartz. It does look very rustic. It is not from any mountain range, but it is from my local woods, so we're sticking close to home. And this connects your very tip-top chakra and your very, very bottom base chakra. The black and the white, the black and the white, the milky and the dusky. I'm just going to come in, just going to balance you. Just relax for me. I'm just going to rub them around your temples and drive away any negative thoughts. Drive away any negative thoughts, only positive ones remaining. Cleansing and clearing. Cleansing and clearing away. Good. Wonderful. Connecting your body here on the earth with your greater spiritual self. It might be nice to imagine the boy and the bear finding a sort of spiritual peace, if you like, going forward. Little parts of the soul that are not reborn, joining to something beautiful. This guiding presence, because while the bear is maternal, yes, the male bears are somewhat fraternal. And I don't mean like, beer kegs and jock straps kind of bear fraternal. I mean welcoming, guiding in another, maybe more masculine way, just protective in a different way. So you can go out and get what you want. You have power within you. Power, shared power with the bear. Shared power. Shared power. The Ainu, of course. In Japan, although it is rather brutal in their traditions with the bear, they respected it for its power. All cultures celebrate the bear for its power and its protectiveness. Just going to take this down your arms, just going to energize your field down here. Wonderful. 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 Good. Good. And the final little balance, just to check you over, just check you over. A little bit of fluttering down. And just measuring your auric field, which is nice and smooth now and ready and prepared for anything. Wonderful. Wonderful. And it's subconsciously prepared. If you get anything from this, it's the image of waiting at the mouth of the cave and looking into the dark with the best possible scenario in your mind. That's what you've got to sit with just maybe the opening month of the year. looking into the abyss of what's to come, all those new possibilities, all those things that you were that have led you here, all those things that you could be, where you're going, all merging into this one being sitting with his little fire, just sitting quietly, taking time. And what comes next is what comes next. It could be wonderful. If it's not, then, well, you're prepared. You're prepared. Ready to bend and move regardless of the circumstances. Be certain in yourself and in your goals. You don't have to define them. Just be certain of yourself. Thank you. And until next time.